I think it's going. It says it's live. Okay, I'm just gonna look at the other screen. Hi everybody, my name is Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. In today's video, I have got a sales update. So the things that have sold over the last week. I've also done this video live so that at the end we can do a Q&A because I get a lot of questions and I thought it might be nice to do this video live so I can start answering some of those questions that I get. And then before we start in with the sales, I thought I would do a little bit of a chat about perspective and things. Anyway, if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Margaret. I am a reselling homeschooling mom that flips things on eBay that I find at estate sales and garage sales and thrift stores and the Goodwill Outlet, things like that. Anything really that I can, but I do sell mostly hard goods, jewelry, things like that. So if you're new, welcome, and I do have a lot of new subscribers, and I hope you're here, whether live or watching later. And so go down there and hit that subscribe button if you're not, and the bell so you're notified when I put out new videos. And if you're starting to watch and you're worried that I'm going to be in and out of the chat throughout the whole thing, I'm going to try to keep it to the minimum until we get to the end, and then do the Q&A at the end. That way, if you're just wanting to see the sales part of the video, you can just kind of see that part if you want. And no hard feelings. But before we get started, hang on, and move this and get situated. Okay, so I wanted to talk a teensy bit about some of the, I guess some comments that I've gotten, and just to kind of give you a bit of perspective on some things. Sometimes, you know, as a seller, just like any other seller, we have ups, we have downs, we have questions, we question ourselves, did I make the right choice? And I share that process and journey with you guys in my videos. So sometimes I see things and I remember my good attitude and that I should look on the bright side and see the positives. And sometimes I have moments where I don't. So perspective is everything. And I myself need to be reminded of that as well. So I don't mind that at all. And then because I have some sales that were from videos, and followers that I'm going to be sharing, I wanted to address a few comments that I've gotten about that from people. So the comments that I've gotten are, you know, well, yeah, if I had a YouTube channel and so many followers, then maybe I would have such and such sales too. And my response to that is, I'm not ashamed of it. I've worked really hard to get where I am, and I've been doing this for, I don't know, 5 years or so. So it took time for me to build my channel, and I won't be, you know, shamed or whatever into like, how dare I sell. And my thing is, if I can do it, truly anybody can do it. Like, start a YouTube channel. It's cool. It might take you as long as some people make a YouTube channel and they're off and running and the subscriber count goes through the roof. I've been a slow grower, Leo the late bloomer, whatever. But it's a possibility. It's an option. Or if YouTube is not your thing, I mean, Instagram, Facebook, you can build a following. So it's, you know, just to say like, well, that's fine for you, you know, and I'm making up a voice if that's not really your voice. Okay, because I can't hear your voice through your comments. Just do it. You know, nobody's stopping you except for you, so it's not my fault. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I was like, I'm a cheesy one for quotes. So I was like, I'm gonna pull up some quotes, and then after this, I'll check my notes and make sure I don't have anything else. But I just thought, you know, well, let me bring that up because I did get some really nice sales from viewers, and I'm so grateful for that. And I know that's, you know, something really good. And I want you to have that too. Why not? We can all have it. There's enough out there for everybody to have what they want, right? The next quote was, if you need to just get started, if you never start, you'll never be successful. So, and then I know some people are not into quotes. It's too cheesy. The scariest moment is always before you start, because you start second guessing yourself and wondering, what if people don't like me? Or what if this? Or what if nobody follows? Or what if, you know, yeah, it can be scary. And then last one, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. So overthinking it and doing all that. That one's for my sister, by the way. Let me send that to you, Elaine. Okay, so that was that. Let me Let me come back over here. Make sure I don't have anything else on my list of notes, because I did make a little list. Talking about perspectives, naysayers, social media. You can do it. You got to just get started. And I'm guilty of this too. It is actually easier to complain sometimes than actually work. And just be like, why aren't my sales good? Okay, you could have taken 2 pictures in the amount of time you asked yourself that question, right? So I think sometimes we all need a kick in the pants to just get started. Just snap out of it. And I get there too. And I'm fine with you guys saying, snap out of it, girl. Okay, that's that. Okay, and hi in the chat. I do see everybody. And yeah, would it be safe to say you get in what you put out? Yeah, or you get out what you put in. Yes. And I'm going to come back in the chat. Hi, Thelma. I see Thelma's in there. In a little bit. So let's talk sales. How about that? Last week, my sales were super, super slow. And there were lots of things that I hadn't been doing. And so I completely knew it was my fault. And yeah, some people in the comments were saying, well, eBay's been kind of slow, which is part of it. But I have to think proactively, like, what can I do to kickstart my sales and things like that. So I did put into practice some of the things I mentioned in my last video, because at the end I talked about what I was going to do. So I'll link that video here somewhere after the fact, because I talked about going into, making sure I thought I had a sale running and I didn't, and making sure I was sending out my offers to people and going in and seeing, adjusting the price on some of the items that had a lot of watchers. Just checking my store over. Oh, checking the shipping, because I'm really bad about that, where I'll mess up on the shipping and I have a priority shipping on something that's first class, blah, 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 blah. All of these things that end up happening because we're human. So, oh, let me hide that part. Let's talk about the sales. So the first sales I'm going to talk to you guys about are the ones from viewers from my channel, because if I do haul videos or anything like that, I am more than happy to make deals with people on items and then also I don't have to list them on eBay. That saves me time, and so I'm more likely to list them or sell them a little bit lower. I'm getting my chart. I did my chart today, so I won't have to flip around back and forth. Okay, so this was from my shame video where I have high ticket items that I haven't listed. These are a pair of gold earrings that I sold to a viewer for $100. I got these in a jewelry jar, I believe, so they were maybe $1. And so after eBay fee, I mean not eBay fees, but PayPal fees and the shipping that I paid, this may be like a $90 profit or so, something in that range. So that, yeah, I was so happy that somebody, I mean, they were really pretty. If I didn't need the money, then I would have probably kept them. Okay, the next item, again, another thing that I was like, oh, I could have kept it, but I bought this at Savers for $17.99. So check those blankets and quilts and things. If you find a handmade quilt, then it's definitely worth your while if it's in good shape. So I bought this for $18, $17.99. And one of you guys bought it for $200. Now, so after I take out the initial buy-in price, and it costs about $25 to ship it and all of that, so it's probably about $150 profit for that, $140, $150 after PayPal fees and things like that. So that was a really nice profit. And I don't know if I said at the beginning, I had about a $600 week, so that was really good. And I didn't say that, so let me flip over and say that real fast in case you're new. And I know I'm cutting off in the middle of my sales, but in case you're new, my goal every week on eBay and Etsy is to make about $200 because it's one part of my income. And I have other, like YouTube and other things are part of my income as well. And so eBay and Etsy, my goal is about $200. If I do more, that's great, because like last week I had, I don't know, it was like a $90 week or something, so slow. So it's really good when I have these bigger weeks that can kind of compensate for the slower ones. And so I spent about, what was it, $35, $36 to make about a $600 profit. And that's gross because I still have to take out some of the, so after fees and stuff, it might be a little lower than that. But, so anyway, yeah, and my mom's a quilter, so I think that's why when I saw it, I knew the quality. My mom, the eagle and stuff, I don't think I have any other pictures up here for right now. The eagles were all done with like an embroidery machine, like my mom does on hers. And so And even just the quilting of it, if you don't know how homemade quilts are done, just the quilting, the machine quilting of it, if the person that made it sent it out, that would have cost her at least, I don't know, at least $100 or something, because it's so expensive. I see you in the chat. Thank you in the chat. I will be there, so don't go away if you have questions or anything. Let me know how everything looks and sounds too. Okay, so the next one that was another sale from a viewer was from my latest Goodwill blue box unboxing, and it's this little frog charm, and it looks like this. It's sort of a Pandora style, super cute. And this one, she bought it for, what was it? $12. So after the shipping and everything, it was probably about a $9 profit, because the Goodwill box was about $20. And so, I don't know, maybe like a quarter, probably less, out of the whole box as what the buy-in would be on this. And then next up, this elephant mug sold, and this was from my, it was like I was holding all the mugs in the thumbnail saying, you know, is $100 profit enough? That was one of the ones that was, someone was like, oh, are you serious? It's $100 profit. Yeah, I get that way too sometimes. So anyway, so this one, I bought it for $1.50, which is a little on the higher side as far as my sales or my buys of mugs, but I thought it was cute enough. And I sold it for $20. That was shipping and everything. So my profit on that was probably about $10 or $13, somewhere in that range. So that was a good profit as well. So, you know, thank you guys that bought from my videos, because it does a lot. So, and I see that there's a super chat in the chat. So thank you, Tanya, for that $1.99 super chat. Everything helps. Yeah, when I see, yeah, anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, next up, let's talk about my sales on Etsy and eBay. And I'm going to drop, nope, that's the wrong one too. Drop that one down. Here we go. Quick sip. My mouth's getting dry. All right, so I get questions about selling on eBay and Etsy. I do cross-post most of my items on eBay and Etsy. On Etsy, you can sell things that are vintage, which is like 2000. Anything made from the year 2000 or before. Or is it 2001 now? It's 20 years, so I guess 2000. Anything 2000 and before, which boggles the mind. Supplies, homemade stuff. Anyway, so that's that. So I do cross-post, and I do get the question, what if it sells on both sites? And I think maybe once ever has that happened, but I would just cancel the Etsy sale, because eBay you'll get a, what's the word, a penalty. It's not a penalty, but you know what I'm talking about, for canceling a sale, not fulfilling a sale. Okay, so this is a mug, and I'm going to slide over because I've had people say that they want to see my title as well. So let me slide it so you can see the title. I put brown and white owl mug, nocturnal bird of prey, coffee cup, cute owl mug, Gibson mug. And I do my titles a bit differently on Etsy than I do on eBay, so I get questions about that too, but we'll just leave that for now. Anyway, this mug I bought for $2 and it sold for $17. And also my buyers pay shipping. I don't do free shipping. That's another question I get every time. Let me sit on my foot. I need to adjust my leg real fast. Okay, so that was $17 for this one. Then next, and I do see you guys in the chat, and I'm going to come back to all those questions, so keep them coming, and I'll jump in at the end for all the questions. All right, we all remember this guy. All right, so Iraq Most Wanted playing cards, Saddam Hussein, U.S. Army battlefield playing cards. I got these in the bins, so I paid maybe a quarter for them, and they sold for $10. Yep. The next item, this is this Aurora Borealis rhino. I mean, these are rhinestone rhinos. So AB, I get that question too. What's AB? AB stands for Aurora Borealis. Bling rhinoceros brooch, 3D black rhino, because it's different, with blue-green crystal embellishment jewelry, iridescent Aurora Borealis pin. And this one, I couldn't quite remember where I got it. It might have been in a ThredUp box because I didn't have anything to put for my inventory note. So I put $1 because I'm guessing probably paid $1 or $2 if I bought it solo anyway. And it sold for $28, and then they paid shipping on top of that. Oh, thank you. Thelma says, love that you explained the listing thoroughly. Thank you. I do see your questions. I will come back to that. Okay, so next up is a lot that I sold, and this is a gold tone mixed bag jewelry craft lot. I put untested, wearable, vintage, modern earrings, necklace, bracelets, wear, repair, repurpose. Because it's a mix of, some of it's wearable, some of it needs to be repaired, some of it, anyway. So this is time consuming, I'm telling you, making these lots up. So I don't really do them this way anymore. However, I would say maybe $2, $3 for everything there, because most of it came from jewelry jars or bags, things like that, things that I wasn't going to sell individually. And then it sold for $25. So truly, if I thought about it, yeah, it was kind of a pain to set it all up, but that's a good profit. I mean, let's say it took me 20 minutes to compile everything and set it all up in there and make it look nice and get the pictures, 20, 30 minutes maybe. I mean, $20 for that. A lot of people don't make $20 for an hour of work, so I really shouldn't complain. If you look at it, if we're going to talk about perspective, let's talk about perspective, right? Okay, then this one, I had to give the money to my child on this one because this is a find that one of my kids found in the bins. And my kid grabbed it, and I was like, oh, that's going to sell. So, but I try to be fair. If my kid finds something awesome and they want to sell it from the bins, then I'm like, fine. So it cost 10 cents because breakables at the bins are 20 items for $2 or $1.99. And what this is, if you haven't, or if you see them in the future, they sell. This is a hollow ostrich egg. It's so I put eggshell for crafting, etched painting. I meant to pull up some examples, but if you Google ostrich egg art, you'll see people like paint them or etch them, do all kinds of stuff. And this sold for $25. So, and I've sold emu eggs, which are smaller and black. I've sold ostrich eggs, and they always sell. So if you see them at garage, I picked them up at garage sales. This one was in the bins, so definitely hollow ostrich egg, 10 cents, sold for $25. Pick them up, y'all. Okay, let's jump over to eBay. And once we get done with the eBay sales, I will come and read through the chat and answer the questions and things. All right, eBay. It was a really good week, so I'm pretty excited to share with you guys. Next, okay, so this was, where did they go? Okay, I bought this for $2, I think at a garage sale. It was a Back to the Future 2 action hoverport, and it sold for $12. The next item, oh my gosh, I took a chance and I tried to source from Wish for some rings that I thought looked cool that I might be able to make a profit on. Meh. But it was worth a shot, right? What's the quote? You miss all of the shots you don't take. So this ring I bought for about 50 cents, and it sold for $7, and then the buyer paid shipping on top of that. So still a good like $5 profit. So can't truly complain. And then this guy, again, I got this in the bins. This guy. So this is Jesus Christ the teacher. I'm going to butcher what that's called, but I had to look it up. So this one I got in the bin, so probably, again, maybe a quarter, probably less, because it was this tiny little thing. And it sold for $12, and then the buyer paid shipping on top. See, again, look at this. Like, that shipping shouldn't be $4. Like, what's up with that? I need to go check my shipping again. This happens. You mess up. Okay, the next 3 things were bought by the same person. I think they were a viewer. I think they're a viewer. I'm almost positive. Anyway, so this was a porcelain trinket box, chair, furniture, figurine. And this one I got in the bin, so I paid 10 cents for it. That one went for $10. And then this is a keychain with a really cute blingy blingy frog. I put 3D, gold, tone, bling, frog, key fob, key ring, amphibian. I know they say not to put synonyms, but you gotta figure out ways to describe your item, I guess. There's only so many ways to describe it, I suppose. Anyway, I paid about $1 for this frog, and it sold for $18. Okay, then my phone made a little buzzy noise. The next thing, again, these three all went to the same one. I was so glad that someone bought this because I just loved it, and I kind of wanted to keep it, but I'm glad that it sold. So I got this frog. Hang on, let me click on some of the pictures if I can. No, I did the wrong thing. Anyway, it's a candle holder, and it's these two little frogs. One's holding the other up. I got it for, it's either $2 or $3, and it sold for $58. And my title, metal frog candles holder? Okay, should have said candle holder. Toad, standing candlesticks, oxidized green patina statue. That's what I put. Okay, then, okay, I'll come back to the chat. I see you. I feel bad because normally I'm in and out of the chat, or not normally, I used to. The next item that sold was this wallet. I thought it was gorgeous when I bought it, and I bought it for $1.50, and it sold for $40. So it says 52 here, but I took an offer, or either sent an offer or took an offer. Either way, it sold for $40. And then last one, bum, 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 bum. Yes, another Star Wars sale. And this one took a little bit longer to sell. I still have some other things that I need to list from that Star Wars lot, believe it or not. Vintage Star Wars Rebel Transport Ship. And this is one where I put a video in my listing. I'll show you. I'll scroll down. So here's my Rebel Transport Ship video. So this one, it has moving parts, you know, like these things move. And I wanted to show it coming apart. And it was such a big piece and so expensive, you know. I originally had it listed for hire. That I thought it would be a good idea to have a video so whoever bought it would see what they were getting. So I said I bought it for about $2. It was probably less, honestly, because it was from a lot that I got at a garage sale, and I spent $25 at the garage sale, and I got a huge tub of Star Wars stuff, G.I. Joe stuff, and then a whole bunch of homeschool stuff. And I think because the mom and I got to talking homeschool and stuff. So, sold for $60, and yeah, I'm glad that I made that sale. So I spent about $35, $36 and I put down here $584, so that there may have been more fees that came in, so maybe $575, $600, somewhere in that range. $600 gross, and then with fees taken out, all that. All right, so I'm gonna come over and leave these open in case we need to come back to them. And if you are done and you're like, okay, I don't really want to hear the chat and all that, but I want to thank you for coming, make sure you hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment and let me know what you've been selling lately. And now I'm going to go over to the chat, which on my computer's over there, and see who's here and what she's saying. And hopefully, I saw Jeff come in. Hopefully he's behaving himself. Pardon. Okay. Hello, everybody. I see lots of hellos. Thank you for coming. And I'm looking for some questions. Oh, Barry says, hi, Mark. I just started listing on eBay. Love your videos. Learning a lot from you. Thank you. And I'm taking requests. So if you have something that you need or you think would make a good video, then send me an email. My email's listed down below. Don't email me on eBay. Some people send me messages on eBay, and I can't tell you on eBay. Can you please message me on my Google email, because then eBay will be like, shame, you can't do that. You're in trouble now. Okay, so then Maya said, this is what your response should be. Stop looking for an excuse and validation for your failures and put work in like I do. That would be one way to put it. Yes. Rag says, I remember your early videos. You come a long way. This is true. This is very true. I mean, it's done wonders for my self-esteem being on YouTube, or making YouTube videos, being on YouTube. Yeah. So Barry says, you inspire me to step outside of my comfort zone and go for it. Definitely go for it. I bought a suitcase yesterday. Talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's huge. It's the Samsonite vintage suitcase I got in the bins yesterday. Still in my car. Because I was like, what was I thinking? It's awesome. I'll show you later. Gina says, don't ever apologize. You work your ace. You work, yeah. Tune out the naysayers. Getting sales from having a channel is the icing on the cake. Oh, thanks. And it is work. So I don't like people trying to shame other people. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own life. Like, you do you, I'll do me. Everything's fine. There's no shame. If you want to do this, do it. If you don't, that's cool too. Okay, next. Hello, new people. I see lots of people saying they're new. Hello. Bailey says, what do you think of the blue boxes so far? I've found enough in them to definitely make my money back. I haven't had any like, wow, you know, but I've only opened 3, and just between you and me, I just bought like 6 more. So there'll be more to come. I just wanted to have some, like, I still have some thread-up boxes over here. I don't know. It's that needing to make sure I don't know. It's like my hoard, like a dragon, like Smog. Like, I need my treasure, my precious. So, yeah. I enjoy it too. So for me, part of it is just the entertainment value. I know some people buy them and are like, oh, this is garbage, never again. But I think, again, it's perspective. Like, if I just go in knowing it's a crapshoot and let's see what fun stuff we're going to find or not, I don't know. I enjoy it just for that. And I enjoy sharing it, so that's fun too. Because then you can enjoy or be outraged with me. Okay. Chris says, I'm still trying to figure out the mug magic. Can't seem to get them to sell. Yeah, it just depends. And I guess I need to make some more videos about different brands. I had some lined up, or a list of ones I was going to hit, and then I haven't done them yet. So, Sly says, I sell mugs, but I could never buy one. I don't know, it's a phobia. Like, buy one used? I've got a Doctor Who mug that I bought at Goodwill that I was like, oh, this is awesome. I need this. Let's see. Oh, okay, Tanya says, I'm trying to learn Etsy. I do chalk paint decor. Yeah. All right, then. Oh, thank you, Thelma. Okay, Nancy's asking, do I wear gloves and a mask when I shop at the Goodwill Bins? I wear gloves. I got some at Home Depot or Lowe's, and they're like rubbery almost all over, and then they're kind of stretchy on the back. Yes, because there's like liquids and broken glass, and the first time I went, I didn't have gloves on, and I just got lucky. But since then, I wear gloves. I considered wearing a mask because I always get a runny nose when I'm in there because of all the dust and stuff. But I keep a tissue or a napkin in my pocket to, like a serviette if you're from another country, not a diaper. Anyway, I keep that in my pocket to wipe my face with. Anyway. I just got a mental image of me with a diaper in my pocket. Anyway, I don't do that. All right, next. Yeah, I do see people wearing masks and stuff at mine as well. And I've started wearing a fanny pack and just bringing in the necessities. I'm not a fan of the fanny pack. I'm just going to say it does nothing for my figure. I'm not built for it, and it looks ridiculous. So if you see me at the bins, I don't look like this. I don't usually have makeup on. And I have like this fanny pack that makes my waist look like a muffin. But we'll go with it, right? Because I'm not there for it's not like what do you call it? The beauty pageant. The beauty pageant bins. The bins pageant? Anyway, we'll work on it. Okay, next. Let's see. The new entrepreneur says, I bought about 17 Hummel figurines for about $2 each. Started picking up some breakables. Oh, good. Just a matter of time for them to sell. Yeah, I mean, the breakables aren't so bad. Because you just get enough bubble wrap, good box, you're good to go. I'm guessing Modern Mercantile, you're asking how the egg didn't break in the bins. Yeah, and the ostrich eggs are pretty strong. The shells aren't like chicken egg shells, but there were a few like cracks and, a few little extra holes. Not holes, but it was cracked like a surface crack, not like a deep crack. So yeah, but they're definitely very thick. Oh, somebody else said that, yeah. Hang on, my chat just jumped. I don't want to miss, yeah. Mel W says, I'm good with the $5 profits. Me too. I still get that, even though I mention it, like, I'm okay with smaller profits. Like last week when I had about, $90 to $100 something week, it was because of small sales. And if I hadn't had those small sales, then I would have had an even worse week. And I still get this comment from people saying, well, if you would just buy items that sell for more, you would just make more money. And my answer is, duh. I mean, of course I would buy higher selling items if they were available. Of course I'm not going to go in knowingly buy just low ticket item stuff. And then, I don't know, it's where I go. It's what I find. And that's just life. So I'll do it. I just do what I can. If I find something that's a higher ticket item, I'll buy it. I'm not going to leave it there unless I just don't know what it is, because that happens too. So, the next, I'm looking here for some more comments, Kate says, what are the bins? The bins is the Goodwill Outlet, and this is a place where it seems like a mix of things that have gone through regular Goodwills and don't get sold after a certain amount of time get sent there. And then I think also overstock stuff that they just can't get to list or to put out at a regular Goodwill. Some people have said that their Goodwill Outlet also they take donations in. I haven't seen that at mine, but they may have a back door it's in a huge warehouse where this one is, so they might also take it there, but it's a lot. And then you buy by the pound. It's ours is $1.49 a pound. Books are $5 for $1, and breakables are 20 items for $1.99, which is my favorite. I love it. It just makes me so happy when I think about it. You can get so much for so cheap. Let's see. Hellos. Thelma says, this is a clinic, guys. Hit that thumbs up part. Yes, hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Kimberly says, hey, it's Kim from South Austin. Hi, South Austin. And Fat Elvis says, do you cross-list? And if so, how do you manage? I do. And I keep the apps. I have Etsy's app and eBay's app, both on my phone. So as soon as something sells and we hear the cha-ching, if the phone's not right by me, one of my kids will grab it and bring it to me. Or I'll go get it because I'm not super lazy. And then I just immediately take it down from the other site where it is. And I get the question, does eBay fault you for, and it's not, I know it's not fault, there's just more specific ways. Some people get really semantics, right, about it. But, where you get a fault for canceling. So you don't get a fault for, taking an item down or ending a listing. If you sell something and then you don't follow through with your sale, then yes, but not if you're just ending a listing because it's sold on another site. So I just put it's no longer available when it asks why am I taking it down. It's no longer available. So Moody Jim says, been getting a lot of favorites, no sales. When should I drop prices? Is it on Etsy or eBay? I usually mostly just list it and leave it. On Etsy, I just found out you can set up a coupon code. If somebody favorites an item, that it sends the person into their inbox on Etsy hi, I see you favorited my item. Here's a coupon code to like entice them to come and buy it. So I only just recently did a little fiddling with some of my prices on items that had a lot of watchers on them on eBay, because I haven't had the chance to list a whole lot lately. And so I hadn't had a chance also to look through all my sales and realize that, I had a pretty good week. It was just front loaded toward the other end of the week. And towards the end, like this past weekend, like I didn't really get a whole lot of sales. But it's just been, my brother was in town last week and my sister was in town. So, and I homeschool. So it's just life. Do our best, right? So, thanks, Drunken Data Girl. She says, your hair and makeup looks great. Thanks. I come to specially back for y'all today. Barry says, when you first start listing on eBay, what's the average time period before you start getting sales? It just depends. There's so many factors that go into that, and I know that's probably not the answer you want to hear, because it does depend on. It depends on your item. Is it something somebody wants to buy? I know we don't like to hear that, but it's true. If it's something someone wants to buy, and then like, how do your photos look? Is it being found? How are your title and descriptors? Your keywords and everything. And then, I've had things. I did a video where it's like my 50 plus fastest sales, and I did from 30 days down to it sold the day I listed it. So it just really depends on the item, and is the price right? Is it too high? Is it too low even? So there's so many factors that can go into it. It could be 0 days. It could be 2 months, 3 months, a year. I have stuff that I've had up for probably like 2 years. So I think just keep listing, because there are going to be things that are fast flips, and then there's going to be things that sit a little bit longer. And and again, I haven't been listing, so look at my giving advice that I'm not doing right now, but I know I should be. If you just keep listing, you'll have items that sell quickly, and then you'll mix that in with longer tail items that have been up for longer. So that's what I do. Let's see. God's Third Acre says, I would like to see a video on identifying different semi-precious gemstones and minerals. Oh, okay. I did want to have to do with chakras. That was a little out there, I think, for some people. But it wasn't about me talking about you need to pay attention to your chakras. It was about there's an audience out there that you're missing. If you're listing carnelian, amethyst, anything with semi-precious stones, onyx, and you're not popping in what chakra it goes to, there's a whole world of people that you may or may not know exist that are like, I need a piece of jewelry that focuses on my sacral chakra. And if you don't have that in your listing, then when they search sacral chakra jewelry, your item won't pop up. So that was why I made the video, just because we want to find all of our buyers, whether or not we buy into why they're buying it. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. But it's there if you want to see it. But yeah, different gemstones. There is a site I will tell you that's called Fire Mountain Gems, Fire Mountain Jewels, Fire Mountain Gems, and they sell beads and things like that, but they have an amazing resource as far as photographs, and like you can sort by color, like green gemstones or green semi-precious, and they'll like have the picture of what it looks like, what it is underneath. It's an amazing resource. So that website I love to go and look at if I'm not sure about something. Thank you. Kathy says, really love your hard work. You go. You got the frog. Yay. It's really cute, right? Elisa, no shame in your resale game. That's true. My chat jumped again. I'm coming. I'm trying to scroll through as quickly and efficiently as I can. Let's see. Did that. Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't have the bins in Houston. Now they do have one, but they didn't when I was there. On average, how many returns do you get per month? 0. I've probably had 1, maybe 2 in the last 6 months. I rarely get returns. And it just, if you take really good pictures, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying, because I make sure, like, I under promise and over deliver. So on my condition, I put like any little thing I can think of that's wrong with it that I see, and then make sure I get pictures of all that. So I'd rather have the person buy it knowing any flaws that it has, because I don't get very many returns. Lilac says, this is my first live YouTube ever. I don't resell, just love. Oh, thanks. So glad you're here. Pink Elephant, I found an Atterbury in black glass today. Do you ever see something and think you haven't seen this before? Do you still get surprised? Oh, all the time. I love that. And I don't even know what that is, so now I want to Google it. Atterbury? Atterbury. What is that? I'm going to Google that later. Oh yeah, I love when I find things that are so unusual. And who do I follow on Instagram? It's like weird. What is her Instagram called? It's like weird thrift store finds or something like that. And she posts like crazy stuff. I don't know how she finds such crazy stuff. But she does. So I love that. Totally. Kimberly Sauceda, what do you think of Nordstrom selling secondhand clothes now? I didn't realize that they did. I know they have an Nordstrom Rack, which is like their kind of outlet store, sort of. I didn't know that they sold secondhand. I guess they're trying to get in there with ThredUp. Still, Nordstrom's pricey. Fine H Finds, love your video formats and mindset. They've inspired me with my YouTube journey in reselling. Good. And you know, that's another thing. When I started YouTube basically when I started reselling. And I tell my sister this all the time because she still hasn't bit the bullet and got her YouTube channel rolling, is because you don't have to be the expert. You can just say, this is my journey. Learn with me. You know, you'll learn. You'll see my mistakes. There are people that come on that have a lot more experience, and there are people that come on who appear to have a lot more experience. And then there's just people that are like, I'm doing it. This is what I do. And you can see my mistakes. You can see so yeah, just do it. It's fun. You get to meet lots of cool people too. Money for Missions. Hi, Margaret. Haven't been able to watch as much. Oh yeah, things are okay. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Scrolling. Used to live near bins, Goodwill Bins, walked in, walked right out. Yeah, it's not for some people. And sometimes, honestly, when I'm in there, I get in the middle of digging and I'm just like, how did this become my life? How did this become who I am? You know, like, it's a glorified dumpster dive, basically, and I love it. And then I just suddenly like, what happened here? You know? But I do enjoy it. I think that thrill of the hunt is strong in me. Mel W says, cut myself at the bins once. I survived. Okay. Not a fancy schmancy business, no. Cordelia says, do you do well on Etsy? I ask, you seem to mostly sell on eBay. And I do have weeks where I have no Etsy sales. And then I have weeks where I have no eBay sales. And I have the opposite. And so I think over the course of the year, eBay is definitely better. But like in Q4, Etsy tends to do a little bit better. And then again, I mean, probably, because it's not 50-50. It's probably like 35, 40, 60, you know, so Etsy's still up there. So I'm grateful for it. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Robin says, just started, love a step-by-step video of the shipping process for eBay. How to determine if it's priority. I just did one not long ago. So maybe if you search, when you look at my channel, there's like a little search bar thingy. I think if you're looking at the main page. And then put in there shipping and then do most recent, because I have some older ones too. But yeah, because I definitely broke it down in there. Yeah, keep focusing on your goals. That's right. That's the main thing. Yeah, Pink Elephant, it's a gamble. You never can tell what a high item is. I sold a corkscrew for $49. I paid 20 cents for it. Yeah. And sometimes you see something, you're like, I know that's worth a lot. That quilt, I was like, that I know is going to sell for a lot. So, yeah. Army. Okay, Army. Oh, Amy, I live near the bins. I don't have glasses on, so I have to. Okay, let me see. Any Etsy sale? I did have Etsy sales this week. I had 5 Etsy sales. Chris says, wish my bins did different categories like yours. Mine does everything by the pound. Books have a lower price. Oh, yeah. I'm really grateful for that, because that really, it brings that price, that ROI down for sure. What's your total listings at one time? I'm trying to figure out what's a good sell-through rate. Ooh, I'm really bad with sell-through rate. I have about 500 listings up right now. And sorry, I saw something else in the chat. But I don't really pay attention to my sell-through rate because I don't. I don't know if it's something more with clothing sellers, or I don't focus on it because I don't have time to focus on it. And I think it's just something, and this is my perspective. For me, it would be something, just one other thing for me to focus on that wasn't listing and photographing. But it's probably important. I just don't do it. So Heather says you can't end listings on eBay if there are bids. Yeah, I don't do auctions really. I put the Ewok Village on auction and it didn't sell, so I listed it buy it now with best offer. Jeff Davidson, long-time watcher, first-time caller. What's up? Nothing. I haven't talked to you in a while. Well, I see you on Facebook all the time, but hello. How are you? This is for you, that mouth. Okay. Oh, okay. Nancy says you can end an item on eBay if there are bids, but you just have to select a reason. Yeah. Oh, no. Lisa says, did anyone else see the story about a girl who died dumpster diving? I did not. Yikes. I did not. So, yeah. Mary B says, they say to raise your prices when there are a lot of watchers. I've done it both ways. I think the effect is about the same. Because I lowered some this time, because sometimes I raise it, sometimes I lower it. I didn't get any takers, really, so, yeah. Rhiannon says, like turquoise, even fake is worth it in metaphysical and spiritual groups. Yeah, as far as the chakra thing. Oh no, Lisa says, apparently the truck picked up the dumpster when she was in it. They found her. Oh my gosh, I can't even. You hear a truck coming. What's up? Or maybe not. Maybe she was hearing impaired. I don't know. Yikes. Let's see. Bolo Betty says, 182 watching. Please hit that thumbs up. I never did look to see how many people were watching. Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. Yeah, go hit that thumbs up. It's shocking. Natalie says, hi from Australia. I'm so glad that you're here. Is it late for you? Natalie asked, have you thought of dumpster diving anymore, Margaret? I have not. I have, but I don't think I have it in me. I'm not sure. Because I've been a couple times, but I just can't seem to physically get into the dumpster. 1, I'm short. 2, I would need a friend to be a real friend and have to push my bum up and over. But I don't want, trash day, I will drive around the neighborhood and look for, because people set out stuff, y'all. My son's bike, the seat is messed up. My brother was like, we need to get him a new bike, don't we? He loves it. The vinyl cover, so the foam part is all exposed. But he loves it. So, no, we don't need to go buy him a new bike. He's got that one, and he loves it. We got it from the neighbor's trash. It's cool. Oh, yay. Hang on. My chat jumped again. Darn it. Where did it go? I'm looking for that. Oh, you found a Fire King dinner set. Good. Yay. I hope it sells well for you. Dawn describes every flaw, too. Yeah, no returns so far. Oh, thanks. I was just looking. I was on Etsy, and I was looking. I was like, maybe I need to switch it up. Maybe I need to get some new star earrings. I don't need to buy jewelry. Are you kidding me? That is so much. Oh, hi, Scotland. I see someone from Scotland there. Hello, someone. Where'd your name go? Adam, hello. A friend of mine, she just told me she loves the videos where it's you and your sister thrifting. Oh gosh. And I know some of y'all say that I say and do funny things, but my sister is like a million times funnier than me. I think it's the limit. Like I'm worried about passing a limit, and she's just like, bleh! There's no limit. It's amazing, and I love it. Let's see. I'm looking for some more questions. Jelly Belly pin, yay! Michelle's asking, found my first Jelly Belly pin. Thought of you. On eBay, if a customer pays for shipping, do you still have to pay and then you get reimbursed? I'm trying to make sure I'm understanding the question. Yeah. So they pay, through eBay. Because I'm thinking when I do my shipping, I get a little ding from PayPal that says, you paid this much for shipping. So it all works out because you're getting paid from the person, and then you're paying for the shipping. So yeah. Deb says, wow, how do you put a video in your listing? I made a video for that too. So I have a video, and it looks like a film reel. If you search my channel, I have a couple videos on how to do it. And it says embed a YouTube video in a listing, an eBay listing. So yeah. So it jumped again. I love it. I love to put the videos in there. And okay, Bolo Buddy's saying I don't care about sell-through rate. I don't. It would take me time to figure it out, and I don't want. I don't know. I could do a science experiment with my kids in that time or something. So, Judy says, I'm in Indiana. The bins weigh your cart, sold by the pound. The books and hardbacks are 75 cents. Paperbacks a quarter. Everything else you leave in your cart and weigh it. Whoa. Yeah. Pink Elephant, I have 165 listings on Etsy. It's taken me months. Can't imagine over 500. Some of my stuff's been up there for a little while. Yeah. Cordelia, not sure if you answered yet, but do you still consider Etsy worth the time for vintage jewelry? Yeah, I just cross-post everything because you never know when it's going to sell or who, And I think it's like eBay, when they see your account is active and you're listing and listing and listing, your items tend to be further up in search. So I think there's that as well. Julie says, finally went to our bin store, 90% clothing, couldn't do it, just left. Such a disappointment. Yeah, but maybe try again, because sometimes it's like you go and it's not awesome, and then the next time it might be. Give it a couple tries before you totally write it off. Sorry, my phone keeps like, at my face. Oh yeah, it just jumped again, sorry. Hang on, let me scroll back. Looking for any more. Oh no, Deb says, I thought the Goodwill Blue Box was Friday at 5, but every time I checked it said sold out. What time zone are you in? It's 5 Central. I don't know if it's different in a different time zone. For me, it was at 5 o'clock. And then I had to keep checking, refreshing the page. And they were sold out within 2 hours or probably less. I checked back in 2 hours and it was sold out, but yeah. Yeah, Lisa says dumpster diving is dangerous and it can be illegal. Beware. Yeah, you have to check your laws in your local area because it's different everywhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, Elise says I'm 5 feet tall and round. Gave up dumpster diving because I'm not tall enough to hoist myself up. Same. I'm 5'4", but still, that would be I wouldn't want anyone recording that. Let's just say. Any tips for newcomers? I'm just starting on eBay, but going a month, over 2,000 in sales. Sounds like you're doing great. Maybe you should give me some tips. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I heard a thump. Looking through for any more questions. Only one. Selling for about a month. Only have sold one item. Don't know what to do. So Tammy, yeah, again, it could be a mix of a lot of different things. You might get someone to take a peek at your store and see if it's something if there's some element that's being missed. You know what I mean? And I talked about it on my other video, but if you know, I haven't done a whole lot of the, I feel weird calling it coaching or whatever, but if you need that kind of help, like I will charge by the hour. Because I still, even after that video, I still get people emailing me, I am new, I have these things, help me. So I just need to make a form letter or something. I don't know. I started looking at reopening my Patreon too, but I don't know if I can pull the trigger on it, so we'll see. But it might help to have somebody just kind of take a peek and see how it is. Doug says, hi, Margaret, how are you? You told us to hold you accountable, so I'm checking in to see if you listed more of those expensive items you've been holding on to for a while. Yeah, some of them. I got the quilt sold and the earrings sold. I listed the Ewok Village. I think that's it. So I got to get back on. But like I said, I haven't really done a whole lot this week as far as photographing and listing because of life. Oh, thank you, Karina. She said, love your videos, watch them daily. Bought stuff from Goodwill and online. You gotta post it. Don't be afraid. Just try. Maybe I do. Okay, I'll think about it again. About starting I don't know. Maybe I do. Because then if I do like a Patreon thing, if you join that, then maybe like once a week we could do like a group chat video thing and help each other out. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Thanks, Erin. Okay, I'm looking through. Hello. Yeah, everybody's super supportive, ZW. This group, I mean, I got the best. I got the best friends in the chat. Y'all are awesome. The bins can be overwhelming. The first time I went, I was overwhelmed. But it hooked. Judy, Patreon is like a site for, I mean, artists use it, but other people use it too. I did Patreon when I was doing merch as a way to create shirts and to critique people's shirts and to help them with their merch by Amazon, which is a print-on-demand thing. But you can set it up however. So if I did it again, it would be like, I would set it up for like, we could, you pay so much per month. It's kind of like a subscription type thing. You pay every month, and then maybe to have like a weekly chat or a monthly chat, or I do just private videos just for that. It's kind of like a private group thing. Just depends on how the person that is creating their Patreon, how they organize it. So I'll keep thinking about it because I feel like it could be helpful. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. Foul Mouth Gardens. I was wondering, do you find a lot of buyers are also YouTube watchers? I think some are. Not all, but I do think some are, and I do appreciate it. Definitely. Autumn Dog Comics. Hello, new to the channel. Where do you find time to list on different websites? Just doing eBay right now. Just whenever I list, I automatically go and copy it over. eBay and Etsy, I think there's a service now that cross-posts for you, but I don't know it. I've never used it. And so basically, I list on Etsy first because the process is a little more involved than on eBay, and then I just copy and paste over. Copy the title, copy the description, and then go fill in the product descriptors at eBay, and then it's done. So by the time I'm done listing something on Etsy. To copy it over to eBay is maybe 2 minutes. I mean, it's super fast. Yeah. Yeah, just copy and paste. I haven't tried Mercari, and the kids must be out there. Rose says, I've been collecting over 20 years. I think I'm afraid to sell, period. I ask myself often, what do I have to lose to sell online? Please give me advice. Yeah, you just give it a try. Start with one thing. Get some good pictures. That's the thing. What do they say? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Only we don't eat elephants. That's not good. So maybe we should say, how do you eat a giant chocolate Easter bunny? You can't shove the whole thing in your mouth unless you're Jeff Davidson, maybe. But I mean, so just start small. Pick one thing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna list you. What do I need to do? I need to take your picture. Okay, that's done. Now what? I need to look it up. So I'm gonna look up what it is. Green, Starbucks, cup. See if there's any dates or anything. Look it up. See what. And this is what I do still. See if it's up that somebody else has listed. And then you don't copy theirs exactly, but you look across what a bunch of people have put for an item, if it's got a few different ones up, and then just kind of harvest words like, what are they using to describe it? Okay, I'm going to borrow those words, use those words, that's good, and make my own title. How did they describe it in their description? Make sure I've got a description, make sure I've got measurements, condition, that kind of thing. And then, and just take it one thing at a time. Because when you first start, shipping was my hardest when I first started. And then making nice photographs was my next big goal. Because honestly, your photo could make or break your listing. If your photograph looks kind of like, it's a cat getting in a bag. Okay, I was like, what is that? If your photograph doesn't look that great, or it's like it's taken on dirty carpet or something like that, then the buyer might be like, I don't know about that. So, I guess I just need to bite the bullet and do some beginner stuff. And I'm glad to do it because I feel like, and I've talked about this before, we're getting to the end of the chat, but this has been, if you don't know my story and how things in my life are going right now, this has been me selling on eBay and Etsy and me having the YouTube channel and all this. It's almost like fortuitous. Like my life was going in a certain trajectory, and somehow the universe or whoever's in charge knew that this is where I was going to land one day, and I needed to have all of this stuff front-loaded and preloaded to land where I am and to be okay. Because when I stopped teaching, I taught elementary school for 14 years. I didn't have an income anymore. Suddenly I was a stay-at-home mom, and I just was crazy. It made me crazy that I couldn't ask for money. I couldn't ask my husband for money. I wasn't raised that way. I could not be dependent on a man to support me. And so I just started selling online, and I started YouTube, and YouTube doesn't pay right up front. Even my homeschool channel, which we started 2 years ago or something, it took like 2 years for it to become monetized. And even then, it still like doesn't make hardly anything. But it snowballed and everything just fell into place, so that this is where I am. And my long story, not short, is that if I'm able to help anybody to try to become more financially independent, or because I know how I felt and I know how important it was to me to be able to, whether you're making money because you're retired and healthcare is insane, or you're taking care of elderly parents and you don't have the time to go have a job, or you've got some disability and you need something you can do from home. I don't know, I feel like it's a passion of mine because there are so many things in life that are, but to be able to have some kind of control and to have some way to do that for yourself, to make yourself self-sufficient, it's incredible. So I guess I should definitely look more into what I can do to help make things, for beginners. We'll figure it out. Because especially as I've been getting more and more subscribers lately, I've noticed that a lot of new sellers, and I guess I always forget that there's new sellers born every day, and that need assistance and help and just kind of a little bit of guidance and encouragement. So we'll see. Okay. Okay, Ariana says, wow, why would you feel bad about your husband caring for you and the kids? You can still work, but I don't think you should feel bad about your husband providing and protecting. Well, that would be if your husband was providing and protecting. We'll just leave that right there. Because not all men apparently are as amazing as the men in your life. Some men use money and power and control. And I honestly don't like the judgment in that, because not everybody's spouse, and there are women and that can be abusive as well, but not everybody's spouse or the men in their life are honorable. And you just have to go with life experience. So there's that. Anyway, let me go back in the chat. Elisa says, what grades did you teach? I taught elementary school. I started in 4th grade. Started teaching in 1999. I started in 4th grade, and I taught 4th grade and 3rd grade for 6 years. And then I started slowly moving down. I taught 1st grade for like 4 or 5 years, 2nd grade. And then when I stopped, I had taught kindergarten for 2 years. So yeah, it was really good. So, and thank you. Okay, so that's it, everybody. I think we're at the end of our chat. And oh, okay, she says, I thought you were talking about your current partner. No, I don't have a current partner. So that's where I landed. My trajectory brought me here. Single mom, raising 2 kids, homeschooling, and not being able to go to work. And again, I still, even on that other video where I explained, like, no, I can't put my kids back in public school. Of course, that would make my life so much easier, but there are other things in our life that I don't care to divulge that make it impossible for me to put my children back into. Because, you know, like their health issues, their therapies, and their stuff that they have going on, I don't feel like I need to divulge that stuff, because it's about my children and I care about their privacy. They are human beings too, who deserve to choose what people know about them. And I think that's only fair, because I wouldn't want my mom going on YouTube and telling all my secrets and telling all my, one time Margaret, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Nobody would want that. So that's why I don't feel like I need to share that about my children. But yeah, that's not in the picture for us. So, foul mouth, I appreciate all you do, Margaret, to help advise us. I'm a stay-at-home mom who homeschools, and my husband started a business the same month we had our baby number 3. Reselling has been great for me as supplemental income. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like when we started homeschooling, my husband at the time lost his job the next month. So if we didn't have my income from reselling, we would have been hitting it hard. I mean, it was hard, but definitely. Thelma says, making your own money is empowering regardless. Absolutely. I'm going to tell a story, but I was in a grocery store. This is another thing. And another thing. I was in a grocery store, and there was a woman with her husband, and he was apparently, it seemed like they were having a major disagreement, because I guess he wasn't happy with how much she was spending in groceries. And so he was walking her around the store, and he was telling her what brands she was allowed to buy. And she was trying to explain to him why she needed to buy this certain detergent because it was way better. And he was like, it's too expensive. You need to buy this other detergent. And she says to him, take it out of my allowance. This is a grown woman telling her husband to take it out of her allowance. And that, to me, that blew my mind. I was like, I never want to be in that position, ever. Because how demeaning, 1, that your husband's walking you around the grocery store, 2, that you have to take it out of my allowance. I mean, everybody's got a different dynamic in their family, but oh my gosh, that was not for me. Oh, thank you, Bolo Buddies, for that super chat. Thank you so much for that $2. Keep up the great content. I appreciate it. Teresa says, I started selling a few months ago. Oh, I'm so glad that I helped you. That really means I'm glad. Joyce says, I started reselling so I could become more independent. Husband has always made me feel bad about him supporting me. Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, I think one time I had to ask my ex for money when I first stayed home. And it didn't sit well with me to ask for somebody for money. Definitely. Let's see. I do love homeschooling. We had a great day homeschooling. When we get done here, we're going on a bike ride, so I'm excited. Oh, Foul Mouth Gardens. Oh, my earrings. I think I got them in either a thread up or a jewelry jar. I just love them now. Lately I'm feeling these earrings. So, I started looking on Etsy for some more star earrings, but I thought maybe I should just wear the ones I've got, right? Oh, thank you. Nancy says, I'm currently a teacher and a seller, 2nd grade. Yay. And I know I think Thelma's still teaching too. Thelma's a teacher and she's a reseller and a YouTuber if you don't watch her. She does a lot of drool-worthy jewelry videos. Definitely. Oh, my chat jumped again. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Oh yeah, totally. Good things will come my way. Thanks, Ariana. Yeah, it's been a struggle. There's saying to somebody being a single mom is really tough, and then there's living it. And so, yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way right now, though. So, Teresa says, because of your videos, I've gone from new to 400 a week. Yay! That's awesome. That's great. My chat. We don't, yeah, Sharon, we don't need to share everything with everybody. This is true. Yeah, Judy, I'm putting my kids first. I don't have to. And that was one of the comments. They were like, well, maybe if you would let us know what was going on, we wouldn't judge you so hard. That was kind of the gist of it. Like, just tell us what the thing. And like, even if I told, there would be judgment on that, unless somebody would have something to say about how I was handling that. So not about my kids, because there's a line there, you know. Oh my gosh, Lone Star, so true. She's a Lone Star I don't know if you're a boy or girl. Homeschool a pre-K student and a 2nd grader. They learn a lot from actually reselling, measuring, weighing, researching, shipping. We have fun. Absolutely. I mean, even just the researching part. We'll find something, or I'll find something, and the kids will ask, what is this? You know, where does that, I mean, definitely. And so we do research stuff. Thank you, Mitzi. She says, bravo to you for treating your children with the dignity and consideration some people reserve for adults. Yeah, and I did have some videos that my kids were in, and I've gone back and forth. If you watch me, sometimes I make those videos private because I'll just be laying in bed in the middle of the night thinking, I don't need that. I don't need the world seeing, you know. So I take a lot of stuff down that at first I think, oh, okay, maybe I'll do this right along. We'll do this day in the life video. And then I'm just like, you know, maybe we just not. And that's no judgment on other people that have their kids in their videos, but there's just something in me that's like, maybe, I don't know. So they might be in videos. I might take them down. I don't know. I just get, let's see. Mike Kresser, no woman should ever be treated like that. Oh, the grocery store lady? I know. I mean, come on. That was humiliating, I'm sure, for her. Julie says, I remember when you were so shy on YouTube. I was one of your first watchers. What a long way you've come. Oh, yes, thank you. That was my favorite weirdo. I'm so glad. Shane says, if you can make a specific time every week for one show a week, we can get others to subscribe easier. Well, I get that. However, there are people that really don't like the live shows. And because they don't like me talking to the chat. But I think now maybe that I'm trying to save the chat till the end of the video. So if people don't want to watch that part, they can just get the content they want up front and then just skip the chat part. Maybe that'll work. Oh, Thelma said, yep, still teaching and video making. Do you have today off? Hopefully. Did you get President's Day off? My kids were indignant that they had school today. It's like tough. We do so many field trips and things like that. Like, we are at school today. Let's see. I haven't had a lot of luck on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen a couple comments about that. Yeah, protecting the kids. It may be hard, Shane says, but you don't have to deal with the other negativity that your marriage obviously caused you or behind you. Yeah, it's definitely been, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's been a really good thing for us. Nancy says, my kids are really interested in learning to sell on eBay. Did your kids get into trying to find stuff for you to sell or learning how? Yes, and when we went to the bins, one of my kids brought me that ostrich egg, probably because they'd seen them in my workroom before. And because I tell them when we're out, if you find something and you want to sell it, I'll help you sell it, and then I'll just take a cut. So it sold for $25. They got 20, I got 5 for the work I did, But I think it's encouraging for them. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Dave. Getting through the chat, almost at the bottom. Okay, Kevin says, when you're out buying jewelry, how do you determine if something is real silver or gold? I will try to have my magnet with me. I forget sometimes, but I have a jewelry magnet and then a loop that you can check. Some places don't care if you check it over and see if there's a mark, but the magnet will help you determine if it's got a base metal in it that's magnetic. But truly, until you get it home and can test it with the acid testing kit, it's always a crapshoot, But and maybe if the place has a return policy, I don't know. I'm scrolling. I feel like I'm not talking because I'm not. Hello, buddies. I like the chat part. Yay. Oh, okay. You didn't have today off. Spring break's around the corner. Well, I don't feel so bad about my kids having school today. Oh, that is good, Shane. Thank you. Okay. Foulmouth Gardens thought of another question. Are there any YouTube resellers you watch? Not as many as I used to. Thelma's a really good one as far as jewelry stuff goes, and other things. She sells other things as well, but I watch the jewelry ones. And I don't get to watch as much as I like of Crazy Lamp Lady, and I don't know her personally at all, but from what I hear, she's a really nice girl. And honestly, I don't watch too many more. I used to watch a lot more than I do now. I think Harry Tornado, I've seen a couple of his. Am I saying his name right? But basically, yeah. Ooh, Kevin, do you have any videos showing your inventory and how you have it organized? I always love seeing how others resellers organize their stuff. I don't, but I almost made that video yesterday because when my brother came into town this weekend, he came in. I have the best brother, y'all. He came in because he said he wanted to come and help me with like my honey-do list because I'm so busy. I don't have time to do lots of things. And so he said, have a big long list. Oh, look, I have the list right here next to me. So I've made a big list. And one of the things was my workroom. So he helped me organize in here, like get some new shelving, move stuff around so that I can definitely share that with you guys soon. Yeah. Lone Star, do I ever buy storage lockers? No, but I just had that conversation the other day too. Who was I talking with? But I would need a partner probably. Something where they would like be cool with me going in and like picking out what I wanted and then just they got to have the rest. So maybe I just need like a partner. Maybe I'd be the cash and then they be the muscle. So I pay for the locker. I pick out whatever I want. They help me get stuff here and there, and then they can have whatever the other stuff is. But who would sign up for that? Somebody probably, I don't know. Because everybody looks for different stuff. Okay. I am going to go because we want to take a bike ride before it's not dark outside yet, but you know, still have to make dinner and do all the fun stuff that we do as parents. But I'm so grateful that you guys came. Julie says, any thoughts on moving back to the old neighborhood or just staying put in Austin? Yeah, it's a staying put in Austin kind of situation. So, yeah. Lone Star, I'm scared to start with lockers. It's lots of work. Yeah, and the thing is here, it's the capital, but it is a big college town. I don't know. So is it just going to be like a college stuff locker? I mean, I don't know. So, oh yeah, that's the thing. And I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't gotten into storage. And then it would have to be so cheap, right? It would have to be really cheap for me to buy it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to hit the road and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming to hang out. Let me know if you like this format where I do the sales video on Monday where I'm live, because that could be a good, this could be a good format where I'm live. We talk about the sales and then we have a chat afterwards. So I think it worked out okay. Y'all let me know what you think about it. And I will see you later. Have a great, great evening, everybody. Bye. Oh, there it goes again.